And when we met you at RESI Boston, you participated in the Innovators Pitch Challenge and had your device there. Can I ask you some questions about your experience at RESI Boston? What was your takeaways with your participation in the Innovators Pitch Challenge?
It was really great, honestly. It was my first time sort of doing non-virtual sort of in-person pitch. We have done other sort of competitions virtually, but it was really great sort of that collision factor, to be honest with you, just be at Resi. I could be there after the pitch. I had people like sort of come up to me, kind of talking to me about the device, and we were able to make a lot of connections there. And also it was really sort of invaluable to be in front of a group of people to see how the device is received and how the strategy is received, because I think you can read a lot from people's faces as well. It was a really great experience for us.
Can you tell me more about some of the meaningful connections that you had at RESI? Are you following up with those?
Yes, absolutely. So we have made a number of meaningful connections when it came to the actual people who want to fund our startup. We had sort of gotten in touch with a lot of companies that are interested in medical devices, that are interested in funding devices sort of in our stage. That was a big sort of thing for us because we'd reach out to some groups, when we first started the seed round about 6 weeks ago. But it was really hard to see sort of what stage they wanted to invest in a company. But there are a lot of companies and venture firms over at Resi that are specific about certain stages they want to invest in. That was a really big plus for us. We'd also sort of met a really good group as well that we're planning on probably working with, a consulting group that does non-dilutional grant funding that seems to really align with where we are at right now. And they're also kind of choosy about the people that they would like to take on because they want a good success factor, right? And then we had also gotten in contact with some people with a group that does really good work on the electrical front as well. And I'll just kind of leave it at there. But basically on all sides, the fundraising side, non-dilutive grant writing side, and also on the actual mechanical manufacturing side.
That's great to hear. It sounds like you did have an excellent Resi experience. And my last question for you, I know that I was able to be in your pitch session, which was the very last one of the day, which can be incredibly challenging. However, at Resi, we have relevant investor judges. So even though it was the last session of the day, what did you think about the quality of feedback from the investor judges or questions?
I think it was great. I gotta say, at the very end there, I could tell people were getting a little bit antsy because right after my pitch, it was cocktail hour, so you never want to be the last person to stand in the way between people and cocktails. But I still felt like we had a full, sort of undivided attention. And I thought just the people who were in that session were really sort of knew their stuff. I remember some groups over there with Mass Medical Angels, Serban, Mid-Atlantic Angels, John Pennant. I think Weiwei was with Dragon Circle. And then I think Dan Goddard with Portal Innovations too. So it was a very wide-ranging group that saw things from different perspectives as well. So it was really invaluable to, number one, just get their questions. So then it makes me think about more of areas that we need to provide good answers on and have run a ship for the company. But then the second part was just having that validation that what we're working on is valuable and that people are taking to it, basically.
That's great. Well, John, thank you very much for your time. We wish RadioClash the very best in the future, and we hope to see you soon at a future Resi.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks so much for having us, Katie. We'll see you over at JPM. We're going to be pitching there as well.